All right, so today, along with some of your classmates, I am at the St. Cloud State math competition. But you're still going to be doing some work on some problems, and we are reviewing the next portion of Chapter 5 today, which is parallel and perpendicular lines. Given the situation, I just decided to take 4 of the examples on your actual worksheet and work them for you as examples, and then you can go ahead and copy them down onto your sheet as you're watching the video, and then 4 problems will be done for you. So we'll start with number 1, which says to write an equation of the line that passes through the given point and is parallel to the graph of the given equation. Okay? Now, parallel means that the lines will never meet. The only way they will never meet is if their slopes are the same and their y-intercept is something different. Okay, because if they start at different points but travel in the same manner, then they will never meet. So the first thing you need to do from the current equation is take away the slope. Well, and this one it's pretty easy because the slope, the y is already alone, so we know our slope, and our slope here is 3. Because the slope of our current line is 3, then the slope of our new line will also be 3. Okay? Now, the next information they give us is a point. The rest of the equation doesn't really matter except for making sure we don't have the same y-intercept, but so we have a slope of 3 and a point of 3, 2. Okay. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do these types of problems. I think it's best to start in point slope form and convert to slope intercept because of the fact that we have a point and a slope. So that's what I'm going to do. You can plug it directly into slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, and then you can solve for b and then plug it in that way. Completely up to you. I'm going to stick with the method that we used the most in class last time we did this, and just the method that I think is a little bit easier, better suited. So we are going to be plugging it into y minus y sub 1 equals m, and then in parentheses x minus x sub 1. Okay? So for this particular example, that gives us y minus 2 equals 3, and then in parentheses x minus 3. Okay? Remember, this is x, y, and this is the one that you have to think in opposite. The first number of our ordered pair actually goes at the end, and the second number actually goes at the beginning, and then in this one, if it's positive, it's subtraction, and if it's negative, it's addition. So then from here, we're going to distribute our slope. Okay, that's step 1, so that gives us y minus 2 equals 3x minus 9. And then finally, add or subtract to get y alone. In this case, we would add 2 to both sides, giving us a final answer of y equals 3x minus 7. The slopes are the same, the y-intercepts are different. Okay, so that is how you do it with a parallel line. Okay, that's very similar to the problems we looked at before. Some different types of problems, one that you could wink wink see on your MCA, which is coming up very quickly. This one, it says a rectangle is drawn on a coordinate grid. The equation for one of the sides of the rectangles are provided in each problem. Your job is to determine which equation would represent one of the other sides. Now, if we were to just draw a quick sketch here, just so we can kind of talk through it in the beginning. So let's say, and I know there's not a coordinate grid, but let's say this is my rectangle. Okay, it's saying that one of the sides has an equation of 2y plus 4x equals 8. Okay, well, I think we all can see that these two lines would be parallel because they're never going to meet. That's how sides of rectangles work. Now, also, these two sides here, or these, I mean, there's a couple different sets, those two as well, and these two, those all meet and form 90-degree angles. Those would be perpendicular. Okay? Now, realistically, you could have an equation that represents a parallel line because there would be a parallel line or a parallel side, or you could have one that would be a perpendicular. Okay? So our job is to figure out which one we have in this situation. Well, the first thing we need to know is our current slope. Well, we don't know our current slope because our y is not alone. We are at 2y plus 4x equals 8. If your y is not alone, you have to get it alone. Okay, you just say what's happening, do the opposite. So in this case, the y is being multiplied by 2 and added by 4x, so we're going to start by subtracting 4x on both sides. It's best to write your x first here, given the situation, getting the fact that we're trying to get our y alone. So that gives us 2y equals negative 4x plus 8, and now our y is being multiplied by 2, so we are going to divide by 2. On the right-hand side here, we're going to have to do circle, circle, make a pretzel, which gives us y equals negative 2x plus 4. Okay? So basically, we now need to go look at A, B, C, or D to see which one either has the same slope, making it parallel, or a slope that is an opposite reciprocal, which we're going to talk about next, but hopefully you're kind of starting to remember that part of it. But up here, the slope of this first one is 2. That's not the same because ours is negative 2. The slope of the next one is negative 4, which is not the same. And the slope of the next one is negative 2, which is the same. And then that last one is negative 1/4. So that means that our answer here is C, which gives the equation y equals negative 2x minus 1. Okay? We don't really have any way of knowing exactly what the y-intercept is because we don't have any other information. We just know that it has to be different in this in order for it to be parallel. And the y-intercept of this one is negative 1, which is different. Okay? Let's switch gears. I sort of just talked a little bit about perpendicular, but we're going to talk a little bit more because number 15 here asks you to write an equation of the line that passes through the given point and is perpendicular to the graph of the given equation. Very similar in our process, just one change, and the one change is that perpendicular lines do not have the same slope like parallel. Their slopes are opposite reciprocal. It has to be both. You must do the opposite and you must do the reciprocal. Now, also in this current one, we don't know what our slope is because our y is not alone. So we do need to get it alone first. Well, y is being added by x, so all we have to do here is subtract x on both sides, which gives us y equals negative x minus 4. Okay? Our current slope is negative 1. Well, slopes of perpendicular lines, as we just mentioned, is opposite reciprocal. So opposite of negative 1 is 1, and then reciprocal would stay 1. Okay, so it would just be 1 here, because 1 over 1 flips to be 1 over 1, which doesn't really change. And then our point that we have in this one is 3, negative 6. So we are plugging it in. That gives us y plus 6, because our y value is negative. When it's negative, it becomes addition, equals our new slope, which is 1, and then x minus 3. Okay. Technically, you're supposed to distribute your slope, but I think we're advanced enough in our class to know that multiplying by 1 doesn't really do anything. So I'm going to go directly to subtracting 6 on both sides. These here are same sign, add and take the sign. So final equation, y equals x. You could put 1x, they mean the same thing, and then minus 9. Okay. Slopes are opposite reciprocal, different y-intercept. Okay. Now, technically speaking, in order for it to be perpendicular, it does not have to have a different y-intercept because there is the potential that they would meet and form that 90-degree angle at the y-intercept. It doesn't happen very often, but it is definitely an option in perpendicular lines for them to have the same y-intercept. You cannot have the same y-intercept in parallel lines, but in perpendicular lines you could. Okay, let's look at one final example here. Looking at the shape again. Now we kind of already talked through the situation, so I think we don't need another picture because we talked about how there would be sides that are parallel as well as sides that are perpendicular. So now in this case, once again, we don't know what our slope is currently, so we do have to solve for y. We're at 3y minus 5x equals 12. Our y is being multiplied by 3 and subtracted by 5x, so we are going to add 5x on both sides. That gives us 3y equals 5x plus 12. It's being multiplied by 3, so we're going to divide by 3. Have to do circle, circle, make a pretzel. Okay. Can't actually divide 5 by 3, so we're just going to leave it as 5/3 x, and then 12 divided by 3 is 4. So we are at y equals 5/3 x plus 4. Our current slope is 5/3. Also, noting that our opposite reciprocal slope would be negative 3/5. So now we're going to go look at our equations to see. Well, the first one, our slope is negative 5/3. Okay, and that's not the same or the opposite reciprocal. Second one is 5 over negative 3, which is the exact same thing as negative 5/3. The next one is negative 3/5, which does match up to the opposite and reciprocal, and the last one is a positive 3/5. So in this one, our answer is also C. Okay, so just to recap, parallel lines have the slopes that are the same. Perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite reciprocal. Okay, the rest of the time is yours. Make sure you are on your best behavior. And we are going to correct 5-3, 5-4, as well as 5-6 tomorrow. So make sure all of that is done. Good luck.